G'day guys, so it's been a while since I've done a video on Telltale Batman. Some of you guys might have subscribed to me from Batman, so I want to do another video. Hope you enjoy this one. Telltale's Batman games work so well because they treat Bruce Wayne like an actual person, rather than just a billionaire filler character between action scenes. As players, we had to actively navigate his personal trauma, his family's ruined reputation, and a completely unpredictable version of the Joker. So if we ever get a Season 3, pitching a standard physical threat like Bane or corporate mastermind like Lex Luthor feels like a step backwards. To really lean into what makes Telltale's style distinct, the next major threat needs to target the player's actual decision-making process. That's why Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, is the perfect fit. Crane targets the mind, which is exactly where the gameplay happens in a choice-driven narrative. Today, I'm breaking down how a Telltale take on a Scarecrow could completely change how we play the game. Telltale games rely entirely on higher stakes choice menus and tight timers to build tension. Fear Toxin alters that dynamic fundamentally. Instead of using the gas for a simple visual hallucination or a quick time event, the developers could use it to mess with the actual user interface. Think about trying to make a critical narrative choice while the text on screen scrambles, the timer moves at double speed, or the dialogue options constantly swap places to mimic a full-blown panic attack. It forces us to experience the disorientation firsthand, rather than just watching Bruce stumble around a foggy room. You're forced to make split-second decisions under psychological duress, never completely sure if the option you're clicking is a rational choice or a hallucination. A good antagonist in this universe always hits Bruce where it hurts personally. Lady Arkham tore down his family name, and the Joker exposed how isolated he really is. Jonathan Crane takes that a step further because he's a psychiatrist who picks apart his patients' specific weak points. Telltale's Bruce is already carrying a massive amount of psychological baggage. He had to process the fact that his father was a corrupt criminal who locked innocent people away in Arkham, all while trying to keep his makeshift family from falling apart. Crane would easily exploit that latent guilt. He can weaponize Bruce's deepest unspoken anxiety, the fear that he is inherently broken like his father, and the dread that his crusade as Batman is ultimately destroying the people he cares about. The fear gas sequence in this game wouldn't just be about monsters, it would be an agonizing conversation with a hallucinatory version of Thomas Wayne or a bitter Alfred, shaking the player's confidence in every choice they've made across the series. One of the best aspects of Telltale's DC universe is how they rewrite classic characters, like turning Penguin into a sleek corporate saboteur. For Crane, they could skip the immediate supervillain outfit and introduce him as a highly respected doctor hired to rebuild Arkham Asylum after the chaos of the first two seasons. Since Bruce is constantly dealing with severe PTSD, Crane could initially appear as an ally, a therapist Bruce goes to see to keep his mind together. Imagine the narrative tension in those scenes. You're sitting in a chair, opening up about your vulnerabilities as Bruce Wayne, completely unaware that the professional taking notes is designing a toxin specifically tailored to shatter your psyche. Seeing notifications like Dr. Crane is analyzing your guilt would build massive amounts of dread long before the burlap's mask ever comes on. Ultimately, a Telltale story needs to feel deeply personal to work. Big citywide explosions and massive gang wars provide plenty of action, but the real tension comes from watching Bruce struggle to keep his head above water. Letting Scarecrow hijack the actual mechanics of the game feels like the most natural next step for a third season. But let me know what you think. Is Crane the right move, or is there another villain you think could pull this off better? Drop a comment below, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. As always, thank you so much for giving me the time of day. I genuinely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.